Hey everybody, happy St. Patrick's Day. We were waiting on our call from Josh today before doing an update and we fell asleep, so we're a little later today than, well, actually I have no idea what time it was yesterday, but I actually do have a list here today of updates and of a few questions that I found when I went back through some of the posts and things, because I'm not getting all the notifications. So if you have asked a question and I haven't seen it yet, it's it could be because I'm just getting so many notifications that I'm not getting notifications for everything. So I'm still trying to take a look and see if folks are still commenting, because I know people are still finding the videos. Videos are now up to like 500 shares on the original video, which is just crazy to me. But thank you guys again for continuing to share and for helping people find video number one, which is where they get kind of the basic information and get started with the whole storytelling. So now they've got a few people on, I will get started with some of the updates. And first, just say Rick is a lot more comfortable now with these videos because we've been receiving packages, and also he's been getting his favorite thing, which is compliments. So everybody who is on now, please shower Rick with compliments. Even if you don't know him, he'll accept it. Just take whatever nice thing you could say to Rick and help him continue to feel better. Also, I forgot to mention yesterday that just because of all this, I know I've mentioned that we have not had an appetite. Rick is down about 20 pounds just in the last 10 or 12 days that he's been sick. Actually, I guess it's been 12 days, right? And I'm down actually about 10, and still just don't have too much of an appetite. Today's meal, well, we had, what's it called? Kringle. We had Kringle for breakfast, and then I had French fries for lunch/dinner, and that's really all I felt like eating. And of course Reese's cups, because those are life sustaining. But anyway, so my mom was really worried about us eating, and I just wanted to say, many of my friends already know this, but I've been practicing intermittent fasting for almost a year now, and Rick is on and off of that boat, but we are both overweight, and so I was not worried about us not eating because we're not going to starve to death, and it was probably good for our bodies just to have a break and to heal anyway. So if any of you are maybe experiencing some of these symptoms and you don't have an appetite, and you're feeling like you should try to force yourself to eat, I say listen to your body, and if you have considered learning more about intermittent fasting, pick up Delay, Don't Deny. And it's a really good book. It's kind of like the Cliff's Notes to intermittent fasting. There's a couple of really popular groups on Facebook that are moderated by the author of that, and she's just down the road in Georgia. So we're down. Hey guys, thanks for joining. Okay, so today's update about how we're feeling. Rick is still feeling better. He's been up doing a couple things today and laundry and trying to get an order in the kitchen, which is much appreciated. He prepared today's gourmet French fry meal and has been up doing around a bit. So that is so nice. And I think the thing that I could notice most today is that I was able to go up and down the stairs. Not up and down at the same time. I was able to go up the stairs or down the stairs and not have to sit down or lay down. And I think you might remember me saying that even yesterday, like in the morning, I went upstairs and after letting Willie out, and I had to go lay down on the bed because I was just exhausted and still had to catch my breath. But today that has been improved. We still have just a little bit of, we're still coughing. We got tickled about something earlier and we started laughing. Then we both started coughing and couldn't get a handle on it. So anyway, the cough is still kind of lingering around. I have kind of sinus and allergy drainage stuff again. It's dreary and gross outside, so I've been fighting that battle today, but that is not or should not be related to COVID. Let's see what else. A cotton mouth update. My cotton mouth is better miraculously overnight. It was a bit better yesterday. That was the strangest thing. And Rick's been complaining about a bad taste in his mouth, which is, we thought was some of the medicine that he was taking early on for the cough. And he stopped taking it. And he's like, the taste is back. So I don't know if that is just infection. As we say in the country, but the cottonmouth thing was bizarre for me, and it was so, my lips were so dry, and just like I was keeping them slathered with this another balm, which if you took a look at the link I shared for the Good Medicine Healing Balm, I shared a link for a little duo that has another balm called Every Little Thing Balm. I will show it to you, but it's going to be backwards anyway. Aren't their packages the cutest? Anyway, the this stuff is so good. So I've been putting that on my lips overnight, and I've still got like cracks in the corner, but it's so much better. Today, the dry mouth is better, which thank God for that. But also the dryness and everything is improving. So I'm incredibly pleased for that. I just got a text from Good Medicine. I wonder if they are. Oh, that's funny. It's not directly to me. That was just a coincidence. Oh my goodness. Okay. But now I've lost my notes. Uh-oh. So, other things, let's see. Vanderbilt is coming out on Monday for their study of immunity for their immunity study of COVID. So they're going to come on Monday and do a blood draw on both of us for their study. Give a quick shout out to my folks for giving us, continuing to send treats. My friend Diane in Missouri sent a Zogo Flex for Willie and some special treats for him. And he was so excited to get some attention today. So we were very happy to receive that package, and it kept him occupied for a good while. So one of the things I wanted to talk about today, and my yesterday our friend Susan sent something, but I don't think I had seen the card yet. It was really funny. She's got a good sense of humor. The card says, "I heard you caught something," and it's like a fishing pole on it. Anyway, isn't that funny? Anyway, so we are talking about like rebound symptoms, or this kind of roller coaster that some other people have tended to experience. Just through this process, I've met someone who seems to be our COVID twin, and her name is Susan, and she's in Brooklyn, New York, and she just wanted to know if we had had a bit of up and down with this. And for those of you who've been following since the beginning, I think that you will note that there were a couple of days there in the middle that at least I seemed to not be so tired and, just so so sick. And definitely Rick has had more symptoms. His symptoms have been worse than mine have this whole entire time. But even there in the middle, we were, it seemed that we had kind of plateaued a bit. So I would say it was about 7 or 8 days in, we were kind of hit with another round, or we were feeling like a bit more fatigue. We were just wanting to sleep and lay around, that sort of thing. So that seems to be something that is happening with people. And Rick's sister is a pharmacist, and so she has been keeping us in check, but checking on us, not keeping us in check. She's been checking on us, and she just shared that some of her colleagues really wanted folks to be aware in their briefings that you could have symptoms that either returned, or that you could have, you really should be on the lookout for anything that seems weird in your chest area, including with your heart, if you've been sick with this, because it could be it just takes a toll on your system. So thanks to Jennifer for looking out for us and for letting us share that here. And someone else just had mentioned that it was interesting to see how I was feeling at the point that they took the test, and to know, I still tested positive, and that it's just important for people to stay out of public places. I I heard there was someone in Kentucky that the police were guarding their home, and I didn't believe it. And then I found the article and was reading more about it. So I don't understand why people would want to intentionally go out and spread this illness. But I also don't understand why people want to try to force themselves to get out when they don't feel well anyway, and they could spread any kind of cooties. So there really was a fella in Kentucky who was
Hashtag no cooties.
yeah, hashtag no cooties. There was a fella who was in his 50s, I believe, who was diagnosed and would not stay home. And so I don't know what other measures they used, but they have put police outside his door and are making sure that he stays home. And they now say that he is being compliant, but I don't understand why he wouldn't have been doing that from the beginning. I think that's super weird. So, someone also mentioned they didn't think this was upper respiratory. I don't know what people were thinking that it is. I know the toilet paper run would let you know what they think it is, but it is an upper respiratory infection. And I will just share that someone who's been having the symptoms who went to the doctor said they didn't even want to give her the test. They diagnosed her with an upper respiratory virus that was likely COVID, and they sent her home and asked her, to take care of herself and watch her symptoms. So I don't know what people think that it is, but it is an upper respiratory thing, and you can, again, go read more about it on your own. How long were you down and feeling really sick? For Rick, it was 12 days, and that's a long, long time. He said yesterday when he reported in with Josh that yesterday was the first day he did not feel like he was dying. He felt really bad, and I'll just remind you guys that they consider both mine and Rick's symptoms to be mild. And so he felt super bad. He didn't have any energy. He didn't feel like doing anything truly until yesterday. And overnight, it seemed he really turned a corner. And so, that is just that has just been our experience. I don't know if that has been the experience for other people or not. And again, I wasn't on my butt for that long. I've been trying to lay around and take it easy. The last couple days, especially knowing that I'm getting better, just try not to do too much. But this has been a long 2 weeks for him for sure. Someone else also wanted to know, did your eyes hurt prior to diagnosis? And if you don't know what that means, then good for you. But if you are someone who experiences headaches, you might know that sometimes if you even just look side to side or up and down, that it hurts, like around your eyes. You have lots of muscles in your whole face, but that even the act of looking around can be painful. And so, yeah, actually, that was something that we experienced. I'd say on and off. And I know it was worse for me when I had the migraine, but it is also one of the symptoms of the flu. So folks will often have experience eye pain is what they call it, but it tends to be pain when you're like moving your eyes around. So it was something that I felt. Rick, did you have eye pain? He says no. So there you go. Everybody's experience is different. I just wanted to throw in a few other tips for people who've said, okay, we think we're doing everything that we need to prepare. One of the gals I went to school with back all through school sent me a note and said that she had gone out and tried to get some supplies for the family just in case any of them started to feel ill. And so I'm working on a list that I will share at some point in the future when I've realized that I've caught everything about some of the things you may want to have on hand. But it made me think about other things that we've done, through this that is of comfort. And one of the first things that came to mind was my weighted blanket. So if you've been considering a weighted blanket, now's the time to just go ahead and get one, whether it's for you or somebody else in the family, because they really are effective in helping promote deep sleep and relaxation. And for all the people who've said that they're having anxiety over all of this. And I know there are people who are trying to decide, do they go help, their parents or some older family members, or do they stay there with some of their younger family and, and just ride it out? What's the right thing to do here? Then the weighted blanket can help calm your anxiety, even if it's not at nighttime. You can sit sit with them on your lap. You can put them over your shoulders and all those sorts of things. So if you've been giving that a thought, it's totally worth it. We actually have two. Mine is 20 pounds, and if I could have one that was 50 pounds, I would, because I absolutely love it. And I just got mine on Amazon. The Every Little Thing Balm comes in the Weary Traveler set from Good Medicine Beauty Supply, or Good Medicine Beauty Lab. I will put that link in the description of this video. And it's what I've been using on my dry lips. And I just say also get ahead of your laundry. If you are, I know you're probably doing that anyway now that everything's being canceled. But that's been the thing that by the end, probably by Sunday, I mean, we were seriously like, we've got to get some things washed, between just not wanting to wear anything uncomfortable at all, and having Rick had sweats for so many nights in a row. We were having to strip things off the bed, and so we were like, we're running out of clothes. I said, I can't wash sheets one more time. I'm so exhausted from washing sheets. It's just, do what you can to get ahead of things, just in case you do get sick or somebody in the family gets sick. There are just two of us, and I cannot imagine what it would have been like if we'd had a whole family here sick and going through towels and blankets and sheets and the clothes and all of that stuff. So we're finally getting some order to some of the laundry, but just getting ahead of some of that stuff will be really helpful. And thanks to my friend Diane, who sent the stuff for Willie, and I think she said a bored dog is an annoying dog or something like that, which is so true, especially when you have a high energy pooch like Willie, who is a Jack Russell Terrier. And just prepare some enrichment items for your dog. If you're not, if you don't really know what that is, Beyond a Kong, there's a great Facebook group here called Canine Enrichment that has some great tips and things that you can do with like empty toilet paper or paper towel holders. The little licky mats, so textured mats that you can rub peanut butter on. You can put them in the freezer so that they last a little longer. But just getting some of those things prepared ahead of time will be helpful, because certainly I did not feel like putting together complicated enrichment games for Willie. And honestly, I didn't have anything in the freezer prepared for him. So he's fine, but he's been, he usually gets quite a bit of stimulation in addition to his daily walks and things like that. And so he has been going a bit stir crazy. He's been pretty tense here. He and Rick are going to need to go to therapy after this, or I'm going to need to go to therapy after this, because of all of us being trapped in the house together, and Willie really being just kind of wound up tight. So today he was very, very happy to get a new enrichment toy for him. Here's a reminder to complete your census. I finally did it after telling you guys to do it, and hit the submit button. I know my mom just did hers. She was filling out the paper form. And do your taxes. I did my taxes early, but if you're stuck at home and all your parties have been canceled, just go ahead and do your taxes, get it out of the way, get it over with so you don't have to think about it. Okay. People are talking about the weighted blankets. It's so funny. Jen, I do not find it makes you sweat. They actually have some that are specifically designed for cooling. So you might want to look for one of those, and specifically, the ones that are, I think they have like a cooling cover or something. So take a look for that. They're glass beads, so I think that helps as well. But I do not find that they make me hot. Okay. What else? Any other questions? Hey, chat. No, I don't need any Lucky Charms. Yeah, see, I'm wearing my St. Patrick's Day green. I didn't want Rick to pinch me today. All right, guys. Looks like everything's covered. And we appreciate you all tuning in. We'll give you another update tomorrow on how we're doing. Hopefully everything will just continue to get just a little bit better. I feel sorry for all of you people who have now become homeschooling professionals. I've seen that it didn't take too long for stuff to go off the rails despite your best intentions. So we are all sending you good juju and thoughts, and hoping that you stocked up on wine, or that your liquor store is still well stocked so that you can go grab your necessities to get through this time, since they have canceled school. So thanks again so much, everybody, for tuning in, and we will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.